So if you haven't watched part 1 of this video, I would recommend you go and watch it because you're going to be a little bit lost. So this relates to Cheddar Man, a 10,000-year-old Mesolithic man that was found in Great Britain, and that is being used. It's being used by the mainstream media to, as you can see right here, to create all sorts of political agendas. So as I was saying in the previous video, skin pigmentation within the human genome encompasses a very small subset of the human diversity. However, there's several genes that are related to skin pigmentation, but the two main ones that are exclusively found in Europeans concurrently, I should say that both of them are found at the same time, are on this gene right here, the CLC24A5. So this is one of the main mutations that is found in Europeans. It's known as RS1426654, and if you have European ancestry, there's almost a 99.9% probability that you would have the AA version of this gene. If you look right here, you can see that the CEU, which are the people of Northern European ancestry living in Utah, have the AA version. But if you're South Asian, if you're from India, there's also a great possibility to have AA, and if you're Tuscan, from Tuscany, TSI right here, also you can see that, although you see a little bit of green, which means somebody was AG. That being said, what we find is that this specific mutation right here was in the ancestral form in Cheddar Man and in other Western hunter-gatherers that have had their genome sequenced. So this led to the conclusion that they must have had dark skin. However, this mutation right here does not necessarily lead to light skin, because what we see is that plenty of people from South Asia themselves have the mutation and they don't necessarily have light skin. So there's obviously other mutations at play. Moreover, and we do know of another mutation, I should say, so before I go into, and it's namely this other mutation right here, 1689-1982. And this mutation is more European specific. And what I mean by that is, it is not found outside of Europe. In fact, this is one of the few mutations that distinguishes Europeans from Middle Easterns and other West and South Eurasian people. This mutation does show also a difference in frequency between Northern and Southern Europeans. People of Southern European ancestry can have the lowest level of the derived variants, which are GG. This is either your CC or your GG. And even within countries, for example, in Spain, there was a study that was done, and it found that the derived allele went from 60% in southern Spain to over 85% in northern Spain. So this mutation might actually have a stronger effect on skin coloration. However, the combination of these two mutations right here, as I said before, these two mutations plus a third mutation, this one right here, which actually results in having blue eyes versus brown eyes, only amount to 33% of the variability observed in skin pigmentations in humans. So there's far more mutations than that. The hunter-gatherers, surprisingly, actually had almost universally the derived allele for this mutation. So they had the genetic capacity to have light eyes, which is not a combination that we found nowadays in Europeans. A lot of Europeans don't have light eyes, but almost most of them have the skin pigmentation mutations. I will continue diving into the debate in the next video, so please join me so we can talk more about what we can come to a conclusion as to what the skin color of Cheddar Man could have been.